Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? This is Hero. Aaj bala kem cho? Aaj sab kaise ho? So today I'm discussing the topic of the Bhava Chalit chart, okay? This is something that's made extremely confusing and complicated for absolutely no reason, but it really does not need to be this way, and I'm about to explain why. So, what is this looking at, okay? All it's really doing, to an extent, logically for you guys, just so it's not like a mystery, whatever it appears on the screen or whatever it appears on your chart calculator, is it's just comparing for the most part, all your planets' degrees to your ascendant degrees, okay? Now, why is it doing this? Let me give you a quick example before I potentially confuse you with any further logic. Let's say you're Scorpio ascendant at 29 degrees, okay? And your Saturn, it's placed at 1 degree Sagittarius. In your Lagna chart, it's gonna show it's in the second house, right? Because Sagittarius, it's the next sign after your Lagna sign, right? However, if you look at the degrees, it's only 2 degrees ahead of your ascendant, okay? And I know I personally look at the ascendant degrees as the start of a house, but some people look at the ascendant degrees as the midpoint of the first house. Regardless, in this situation of whatever you're doing, it's only 2 degrees in front of the ascendant, your Saturn here. So even though in the Lagna chart, it's in your second house, it's going to be giving quite a bit of first house effects just because of how close it is to your ascendant degrees, right? And you can use this for any planet in any house, right? Now, also some calculators take into account certain astronomical factors and things like that. So it's not that black and white where, let's just say your ascendant degrees is 20. Any planet behind 20 just automatically goes 1 house back in the Bhava chart, right? You can kind of use this as a general rule of thumb when I'm just eyeballing stuff, and I don't have a Bhava Chalit, calculator. I'll do it like that. However, there's a little bit more factors that go into it, but 90% of it is pretty much this. Okay, so just to make it real simple here. So there's no more mystery on, why is it showing that it's, giving this house placement instead of this? Why is it showing it's giving 4th instead of 5th, right? It's most likely just behind your ascendant degrees, okay? Or quite a bit behind your ascendant degrees. Now, and if you do have a planet that's slightly in front of your ascendant degrees, but it's still showing the house back, it's probably because, just because of some astronomical reasons, the chart calculator is putting it in the house back, okay? Now, as far as its placement and its aspect, so I just said its house placement moves back, okay? However, it's a planet's sign placement never changes. Wherever it is in the Lagna chart, it's there. Just because Saturn is if Saturn is in Sagittarius 1 degrees, it's in Saturn 1 degree Sagittarius. And it's going to aspect with its third aspect Aquarius 1 degrees with its third aspect, Gemini 1 degree with its 7th aspect, and Virgo 1 degree with its 10th aspect, okay? Aspects and placements sign-wise are to be looked at from the Lagna chart. Aspects and placements house-wise are to be looked at from the Bhava chart, okay? So if Saturn is giving more first house effects, it's obviously going to throw its third aspect onto your third house, right? Your 7th and your 10th, because it's giving first house effects, right? So it's naturally going to influence your 7th, 3rd, and 10th, right? This is just what our sages have said, okay? So, and it makes sense. I made other videos on this, right? But just to be clear, sign placements and aspects from the Lagna chart. House placements and aspects from the Bhava chart, okay? Now, so I hope that's clear, okay? You just have to understand the true reason of why it's moving back in the Bhava chart for it to just make sense, right? Because sometimes it doesn't make sense and then you don't know what to do with the information, right? So it's important to just have it make sense to you. And this is it, right? Your ascendant degrees is where your first house starts, okay? So technically, Scorpio, in this situation, your ascendant degrees is at 29 degrees. Anything behind 29 degrees is actually your 12th house, okay? So it might even actually say that your 12th house is kind of Scorpio, okay? Scorpio is giving a lot of 12th house effects, just the overall sign, okay? So that's it, right? I really hope this wasn't that complicated, and I really hope this kind of cleared things up. And this is why, for those of you guys who contact me either on YouTube or email, if you didn't give me your ascendant degrees, I'm gonna ask for it, okay? And the reason why is because it's very, very important to see, right, how the planets are in retrospect to your ascendant degrees, okay? Because the house placements can signify very, very significantly, okay? So that's it. This video does not need to be too long, okay? Just one other thing I want to touch on. So, like I said, if Saturn's in 1 degree Sagittarius, it's going to aspect 1 degree Aquarius, right? So, if Jupiter is in Aquarius, let's just say, it's going to aspect that Jupiter as well, right? But let's just say you have Jupiter at 20 degrees Aquarius and you have Mercury at 28 degrees Capricorn, okay? If you notice, that third aspect from Sagittarius is on 1 degree Aquarius. So Jupiter is 19 degrees away from that aspect, even though it's in the same sign as the aspect. But Mercury is just 3 degrees behind the aspect. So it's still going to get hit, okay? So with that aspect, you need to look at aspects and stuff a little bit more accurately, I would recommend, if you're not doing so currently. So I just want to make that clear, that the aspect that a planet is throwing, it's right, the strongest is right at the degrees that it's at, okay? So it's not like, oh, it's at 1 degree Aquarius, so anything in Capricorn, even if it's at the end within 5 degrees, it doesn't get affected, right? That's wrong. It does get affected, okay? And the reason why, that's just how it works, right? It's not so cutthroat, like this sign, this sign, this sign. This is why we have nakshatras to break it up, right? But the same principle applies to houses. It's just people don't consider it that way, right? It's not just first house, second house. I mean, it is, but there's a flow, there's a transition to the houses, right? This is why I've kind of made my astrological signs video and astrological houses video made easily. It's to kind of get you to understand the flow a lot easier. You need to understand the flow also for this to make sense, okay? Now, that is actually it for this video. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. I did not want this video to be too long. Wanted to make it real simple for it to be effective for you guys. So if you can let me know if you have any questions or comments. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later. Thank you all very, very much for watching.